everyone. In this series of food preservation, today we take up preservation of food by low temperatures. Its key principle is that lower temperatures slow down the metabolic rates of microbes present within the foodstuff due to suboptimal activity of their enzymes. Hence, use of low temperatures is essentially a germistatic method. It just retards microbial growth in food rather than killing the same. In a refrigerator, foodstuff remains unspoiled for a reasonable number of hours. Freezer of sub-zero temperature is undoubtedly better as ice crystals are formed that kill many of the microbes. However, some sturdy microbes such as Salmonella and Streptococcus survive even freezing. Hence, when such frozen food is required to be eaten, it should be thawed, if possible warmed, and then promptly consumed. Deep freezing at around minus 60 degrees centigrade forms smaller, softer and rounder crystals and is a superior food preservation method. The factors affecting freezing of the foodstuff are nature of food, the freezing temperature and speed, initial microbial load of the food, and the time of frozen storage in total. Low temperatures may be applied to preserve foods at one of these three levels. The first one is common or cellar storage, which is simply a covered, cool and well-ventilated place constructed near the vegetable and fruit fields where it is grown. Its temperature is nearly 15 degrees lesser than the ambient temperature. After harvesting, the crops are taken away from the heated fields into cellar storage near the fields until these are sent for sale. Here, the air is maintained neither too humid nor too dry so as to prevent spoilage and dehydration respectively. Cellar storage is indeed inexpensive too. The next method is mechanical refrigeration and chilling, which protects most perishable foods including eggs, meats, vegetables and fruits from spoilage for a limited time. Enzymatic and microbial changes are not totally stopped but are considerably retarded. The lower the temperature is maintained, the higher effectivity is obviously, but at the same time costlier also. The nature of the food decides the temperature we choose to preserve the same. Relative humidity and ventilation of the chilling environment has to be very carefully chosen and controlled so that neither dehydration, wilting, shrinkage, weight loss of the food takes place nor sweating occurs. Sweating refers to the precipitation of moisture on the surface, which in turn can lead to food spoilage. Since spoilage, molds, yeast and bacteria can grow at a relative humidity value or RH value of more than 85%, it is only logical to maintain it below this value so as to protect the food. Ventilation of the storage room is crucial in maintaining a uniform RH throughout as much as for removing stale odors continuously. Modified atmospheres, including inert gases and certain irradiations, are found to be very useful in combination with refrigeration. The third and most powerful approach is freezing, wherein the food is maintained at sub-zero temperatures that prevents microbial spoilage of food very well by way of retarding the food enzyme action quite tightly. Freezing causes a cold shock that brings about a denaturation of essential cell proteins and enzymes due to hypertonic nature of the left out fluid. Also changes in lipids of the membrane resulting in altered cell permeability, and finally physical damage to the microbes caused by the ice crystals. Some of these frost injured or metabolic injured cells may sometimes recover by virtue of the nourishment present and if given some time. It's for this reason that though cell killing happens, still it cannot be called a sterilization procedure technically. The lower the temperature, the better will be the preservation, but to a small degree the enzymes may still remain active. Hence, it pays well to blanch or scald the vegetables just before freezing. This involves a short exposure of the food to hot water or steam just before freezing, and its benefits include inactivation of most of the plant enzymes that might otherwise cause toughness, color change, mustiness, flavor loss, softening, loss of nutritive value, etc. Also, it imparts goodness of reduction up to 99% of the microorganisms in the food, enhancement and fixing of green color of vegetables such as peas, broccoli, spinach. Wilting of the leafy vegetables is done by blanching, such as spinach, making them pack better, and finally, displacement of air trapped in the tissues. Freezing may be done in two ways, quick and slow. Quick freezing is done by either direct immersion of the food in the refrigerant, as in the freezing of fish in brine or berries in special syrups, or indirect contact with the refrigerant, where food is passed through a chamber in which refrigerant flows at -18 to -46 degrees centigrade. Thirdly, it may be done also by air blast freezing, where frigid air at -18 to -34 degrees is blown across the food being frozen. Quick freezing is very advantageous over slow freezing because smaller and round soft ice crystals are formed, causing less mechanical destruction of the food cells, hence retaining the texture. Since quick freezing takes lesser time, it doesn't let the microbes adapt, hence knocks them down more effectively. And faster retardation of food enzymes also slows down food spoilage. For freezing of foodstuff for overseas shipment, the food is cartoned in special aluminium case frozen in nitrogen. The frozen state of food plus insulation packaging guarantees prevention of spoilage, for example, in case of fruits, vegetables, fish, shrimp, and mushrooms, the exotics. Another special freezing method called dehydrofreezing deserves a mention, which involves removal of half of the moisture of the fruits and vegetables before freezing, and this gives outstanding results in turning the perishable food to semi-perishable. We, Brahmjeet and Archana, thank you for watching and appreciating for our videos. Please feel free to give us your feedback and ask your queries. We'll be too happy to answer you. We shall be back soon with more of such informative stuff. Till then, it's bye.